A new Division One men's tennis poll has come out. It goes as follows. Apologize for looking down because I cannot memorize all this stuff. And it is computer rankings. And I'll go through 1 to 25 first and 25 through 40. I will also go like some bubble teams like the last four biased in the next four out that are not conference champions. I mean conference leaders at this point. In addition, like the first four out and the next four out too. So Wake Forest, TCU, Texas, Ohio State, NC State, Virginia, San Diego, Stanford, Cal, as in University of California, Columbia, Mississippi State, Arizona, Baylor, Texas A&M, South Carolina, Harvard, Tennessee, UCF as the University of Central Florida, Florida State, Duke, Michigan, Oklahoma, Pepperdine, Clemson, and USF as the University of South Florida are the 1 through 25. Now, 26 through 40 goes as follows, like USC, University of Southern California, like as in, like Illinois, Michigan State, Florida, Princeton, Georgia, UCLA, Alabama, Auburn, Miami, Florida, Kentucky, Arizona State, Nebraska, Cornell, and Washington. And to make things clear here, if you have a losing record and you don't win your conference championship, if you have one tournament, you're not going to the NCAA tournament. And obviously, there's like those like situations where they could do head to head, top 50 wins, and strength of schedule stuff, so that could flip on the seeds. And obviously, there's a difference between a top 8 seed and a top 16 seed because the top 16 seed only hosts the first two rounds of the NCAA tournament, while a top 8 is hosting the first three rounds. And obviously, Elite 8 on is different, but you get the whole point here. So right now, the 1 through 16 would be Wake Forest, TCU, Texas, Ohio State, San Diego, NC State, Virginia, Stanford, California, Columbia, Mississippi State, Arizona, Baylor, South Carolina, Texas A&M, and Harvard. And when you look, like UCLA is like 9-8 right now, but they got some matches that are doable, so they might avoid the 500 rule. But if they don't, that's trouble, in my opinion. Maybe same thing goes for Kentucky as well. Maybe. The cut line would be at like UC Irvine as last four in would be like UC Irvine, Georgia Tech, Arkansas, and Nebraska technically. I'm not including Boise State as the Mountain West Conference leader. Same thing goes for the Big West and UCSB and Middle Tennessee State and all this. I'm not including them at all. Four. Then obviously, like the next four, the last four buys technically would be like Washington, Cornell, Arizona State, and Kentucky. And we know the Ivy League does not have a conference tournament. They don't. Now the first four out. That's not including any teams with losing records, because it would be like Penn, North Carolina, Pacific, and Memphis. And granted, I know Vanderbilt's ahead of them, but they're 10-13. The only way they're going to get in the NCAA tournament is to get a winning record and get ranked high enough to do it. I mean, that's the thing. And obviously, the next four out would be Memphis. The next four out would be like Purdue, Utah, Wisconsin, and Tulsa. And I'm not including Ole Miss because of losing record. They have to win so many matches to make sure they're in. Same thing goes for Oregon. They're ineligible too. So, because it's up 500. And obviously for those bubble teams, you got to win as many matches as possible. With the matches you have remaining, avoid bad losses. You got to get some good wins. Of course, if you have a conference tournament, automatically winning the conference tournament, you're in the tournament. But if you don't have one, you're toast. I'm going to call it the way it is. And for those top 16 seeds, you want to try to avoid the bad losses so you don't get knocked off the line Because if certain things happen, you might not be a top 16 seed, and you cannot rely on the other schools around you to help you in all this. And obviously, if you want to be a top eight, you got to win so many matches, and even then, it might not be enough because of the point system. And I'm just gonna say this right now that Stanford and actually California do play each other soon. I mean, that's interesting to make that note. And I'm gonna just go over like my top 10 for Division One men's tennis. It goes as follows. It is similar. Wake Forest, TCU, Texas, NC State, Ohio State, San Diego, Virginia, Stanford, California, and Columbia. Now, outside looking in, it's in no particular order here. Mississippi State, Arizona, Baylor, Texas A&M, South Carolina, and Harvard. And I will say Harvard did lose to Princeton last week, so between now and the last poll, that really hurt them. And it could very well hurt their chances of being a top 16 seed, even if they run the table the rest of the way, with the exception of maybe Columbia on their schedule. They might not be a top 16 seed. And obviously, if they beat Columbia, that would really alter things for those teams right behind Columbia and all this. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens between now and next poll. And I'll go over like some conference tournaments that are happening literally a week from now, next week. And of course, the same thing goes for following week as well. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. So anyways, if you like this content, hit the like, subscribe button. See you guys later on the road to 800 subscribers. Of course, ultimate goal is 1,000 more. So remind this course, like video, comment video really helps YouTube algorithm. Some more people see it. Sharing the video does help as well. Some more people can watch. And if you're watching and not subscribe, hit subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well.